Marcus Chen stared at the towering figure before him, her crystalline blue skin catching the harsh fluorescent light of the diplomatic quarters aboard station Kepler 7. Zarathas stood nearly 8 feet tall. Her forearms crossed in what he had learned was her species' equivalent of polite disagreement. "Ambassador Chen," she said, her voice carrying that odd harmonic quality that made Velari's speech sound like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. "I cannot adequately fulfill my duties as your protector if you insist on maintaining separate accommodations." Marcus rubbed his temples. 3 weeks into humanity's first major diplomatic mission to the Galactic Consortium, and he was already grappling with cultural complications that made Earth's United Nations look like a kindergarten playground dispute. "Zarathas, I appreciate your dedication, but surely you understand that humans value privacy. We have personal needs that require solitude." The alien's large, multifaceted eyes, each the size of Marcus' fist, shifted through several colors before settling on a concerned amber. "Ambassador, with respect, your species' concept of individual isolation is precisely what makes you vulnerable. The consortium has enemies who would see humanity's application for membership permanently denied." A chill ran down Marcus' spine. The carefully worded intelligence briefings had mentioned political opposition to humanity joining the consortium, but Zarathas made it sound far more serious. "What exactly are we talking about here?" Marcus asked, settling into one of the station's adjustable chairs that somehow managed to be uncomfortable for every species. Zarathas unfolded to her full height, her lower set of arms moving to rest on what Marcus had learned were ceremonial weapons, though he suspected they were fully functional. "The hegemony of Sector views your species as problematic. They believe humans possess qualities that would disrupt the established order of the consortium. Your adaptability, your refusal to accept limitations, your tendency to find solutions where others see impossibilities." Her voice carried a hint of admiration. "These traits have made the sector nervous. They prefer species that know their place in the galactic hierarchy." Marcus leaned back, processing this information. Humanity had only achieved faster-than-light travel 15 years ago, stumbling into a galaxy populated by dozens of advanced civilizations. Most had been cautiously welcoming, but apparently not all. "So they want to eliminate me to prevent humanity from joining. If Earth's primary ambassador were to suffer an unfortunate incident due to inadequate protection, it would demonstrate humanity's inability to operate safely within consortium space. Your application would be denied indefinitely. And you think sharing quarters would prevent this?" Zarathas moved closer, her footsteps surprisingly light for such a massive being. "Ambassador, you must understand. Velari protection protocols are based on constant proximity. We do not guard from a distance. We become shadows, extensions of those we protect. Separation creates vulnerabilities that assassins can exploit." Marcus stood and walked to the viewport, gazing out at the swirling nebula surrounding station Kepler 7. Earth hung somewhere beyond that cosmic display, a small blue world whose future might depend on his success here. "Your people really do things differently than we imagined," he said finally. "As do yours," Zarathas replied, joining him at the viewport. Her reflection created an almost ethereal double image in the reinforced transparent aluminum. "When the consortium first encountered humanity, many species assumed you would follow standard patterns. Small, relatively weak physically, limited to single planetary systems. You should have been grateful to accept whatever role we offered. But then we studied your history, your wars, your explorations, your refusal to remain bound by any limitation." Her forehands gestured in what Marcus had learned was profound respect among her people. "The sector fear you because they recognize something they thought extinct in the galaxy, true defiance." Marcus turned from the viewport. "So this is about more than just diplomatic membership. Much more. If humanity joins the consortium as full equals, it will inspire other species to question their own positions. The carefully maintained hierarchy that has kept peace for millennia could crumble." Zarathas' eyes shifted to a determined violet. "Some view this as catastrophic. Others, like my government, see it as necessary evolution. And you personally?" For the first time since they met, Zarathas seemed to hesitate. "I have studied your species extensively, Ambassador. Your music, your literature, your scientific achievements. Humanity creates beauty from chaos, finds hope in despair, and refuses to accept defeat even when logic demands surrender. The galaxy needs that spirit." Marcus felt a weight settling on his shoulders, not just the responsibility of representing his species, but the realization that this mission carried implications far beyond Earth's immediate future. "All right," he said finally. "We'll share quarters, But I'm going to need you to explain Velari etiquette regarding personal space and privacy. If we're going to do this, we need to establish some ground rules. Zarathas' eyes brightened to a pleased gold. Of course, Ambassador. I should mention, however, that Velari typically sleep in communal pods, sharing not just space, but dreams through bioelectric fields. Marcus paused halfway to his luggage. Dreams. It is how we bond with those we protect. By sharing your subconscious experiences, I can better understand threats to your psychological as well as physical well-being. Zarathas, Marcus said carefully. Exactly how much of human culture did your briefings cover? Enough to know that this arrangement will be as uncomfortable for you as it is necessary for your survival. She replied with what he was learning to recognize as Velari humor. But then, from what I understand about humans, being uncomfortable has never stopped you from doing what must be done. Marcus looked out at the stars once more, thinking of Earth and the billions of humans who had no idea their future hung in the balance. No, he said, shouldering his bag. I suppose it hasn't. As they walked toward their shared quarters, Marcus realized that perhaps the galaxy's fears about humanity were well-founded. After all, they were about to discover just how adaptable humans could be when the stakes demanded. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.